Yeah, hello and welcome to this SimulMaster show for November 2016. Yeah, November 5th, we are just a couple of days away from the World Championship match. I hope you are as excited as I am. But today we're first going to have some fun playing the Simul here on the ICC. I'm currently checking the... how many do we have? Like 11 players currently, so we need a couple of more to get started. If you are a member of the ICC, let's get going. Join it. We will also, of course, accept late joiners. A couple of minutes in is no problem at all. Yeah, also hello to all of you in the chat. And we are on. Yeah. First game against Zebail. I'm going e4 here, trying out some new ideas. Brian Wood and Bibib Cap 78 Red, who already announced that he's in a dangerous state of mind. Kappa style. Okay, I'll still go e4. The Eternal Warrior. J. Russell 2. Princip. I go e4 anyway. Tao Sam. Oh, my nemesis. Oh. e4, he plays the French. This is what I know. He takes on e4. I don't think I've ever beaten him. What is he doing against c4 again? Some e5. Okay, I don't want to have a French here. Trivial Pursuit. I go e4, Ultra Beast. Yep, again, I'm testing some of this e4 stuff I recently studied for some work with students, so let's see. Princip e6. It's not that I mind the French, but I know that Tao Sam plays the Rubinstein, and really I never got anywhere. I tried it, I think, twice. Cap 78 Red went with d6. Here d4 is good, of course, and we have the first Sicilian here with the Eternal Warrior, so, and J. Russell as well. That's good to see. Ultra Beast, Knight c6. I'm going to play the Ruy Lopez. And here Kappa star, yeah, Knight f3. And Princip went d5 for the starting position of the French. Usually I go Knight d2 against the French as my I don't really know stuff line. I think it's fairly safe. Tao Sam e6. I remember, yes, we had some kind of Catalan, something like that. I go g3 here. Brian Wood, Knight to c6. I'm going for the Ruy here again. And here Knight c3. I have to cover the e4 pawn anyway. And to Pursuit, Knight c6. Oops, we have a late joiner with Admiral, Rear Admiral probably. Smith, again e4. And it jumps back to Trivial Pursuit, where I'll play Bishop b5 again. Oh, Zebail with the Alekhines. Yeah, at least I know what to do, e5. And Cap here went for the Pilz defense. What do I play against this? I haven't yet studied this. For white, oh, it switched to, oh, I'll keep the fastest. I go e4 here. And okay, Cap 78 Red again. So the Pilz, so white has a huge range of moves here. f4, f3 based setups. Many things here that I actually like. What about taking too long here. I can also play stuff like g3, which let's do g3. This is the line that I play with reversed colors actually. So d6 here from Ultra Beast. I think d4 is correct here. And with Bibib we have another Ruy. So lots of e4, e5, not so many Sicilians. Yeah, I'm going for the open Sicilian here, and Brian Wood plays the dreaded Berlin. Yeah. Okay, I go d3. I don't want the ending. Trivial Pursuit went a6. I go Bishop a4. Tao Sam Knight f6. Yeah, Bishop g2. No need to waste time there. And Zebail played Knight to d5. I'll go d4. And here I have to recapture the pawn. Yeah, and the same as here. And again e4, e5. This is more e4, e5 than anything today. So I'll go Knight f3. And Trivial Pursuit went Knight f6, where I'm going to castle. and a6 by Bibib. I think I'm taking now. I want to vary this a little bit. Oh, cap went bishop to f3. Sorry, bishop to g4. Huh. Okay. One thing I don't want to play is knight e2. Yeah, then that's bishop f3. Bishop e2 also looks a little bit off. Yeah, I think I probably have to go f3, right? Let's go f3. Bishop d7 by Ultra Beast. Yeah, so I could... I think I just castle here. Just keep it simple. Tower Sam went d5. I go knight f3. And Princip went knight to f6. So I think e5 now is in order. Here bishop c4 is an interesting line that recently... yeah, someone pointed out to me that it's interesting. I go knight f3 anyway, and I keep the fastest also playing e5. So we have many e4, e5s. Here we've got a Philly doors. Yeah, d4 is the best move. Let's do it. And d6 by Brian Wood here in this declined Berlin. Bishop c5 is the most principled move. This is a little bit more challenging. However, here I play c3 first to make sure that my bishop is not getting traded. Okay, here knight c3. Kappa style when knight c6. I could play maybe d4 here against Kappa style. Yeah, do something else. Bishop e7 by Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, now d3 or rook e1. I go d3 here. I don't want a marshal. D takes c6. Castles is the best move. And Princip knight to d7. Yeah, I like aligning with c3 and f4. So c3. Tower Sam, I'm castling. And Admiral Smith has taken on d4, which I, of course, will recapture. The Eternal Warrior went a6. I go h3 here to play g4 later. So bishop to c8, back by Cap. So what does that mean? He basically gifted me the moves g3 and f3, right? I mean, g3 is maybe not all that useful, but f3 is kind of okay. So I go here maybe for long castles later. e6 by J. Russell. Okay, I go d4, and here I'll just castle. Bishop b3 against Trivial Pursuit. And Admiral Smith has attacked my pawn, which I will cover. Okay, knight to f6. So here knight to c3 looks extremely natural. And knight a6 by Cap. He said in the chat that he is going for a win. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So to recapture here in this Scotch, bishop g4, bishop e2 is in order, and here castles. So what is white doing here? I think they go a3 in this position. But don't ask me why exactly. Yeah, I think I'm going to play a different way. I think g3 is a good line here. And here rook e1. I want to prepare knight d2, f1, and so on. So rook f1. Bishop e7 here by Ultra Beast. Okay. One idea here is to take and play queen f3 for knight f5. I think I'll go for that. Tower 7 and bishop e7, I go b3, and c5 here by Cap. Looks a little bit like a Benoni or something. If I take it, how is he capture? If he takes with the knight, I have e5. I think I'll take. And here again, this is just a normal theoretical position. I recapture the pawn. Castles by Admiral Smith. He could have played d5, which is, I think, a little bit more critical, but okay, let's do this. And here queen f3, so I have knight f5 available. d6 by Trivial Pursuit. I have to be alert now. He's threatening knight to a5, trying to take my important Rui bishop, so I want to keep it. a6 by Brian Wood. Yeah, I think I retreat. Keep more pieces on the board. And I keep the fastest actually went for Petrov. I have an idea what to do here. Maybe just decline the Petrov, let's say. E6, I go G4, and F6 by Bibib. Jonathan Russell, will you be doing commentating on the Carlsen kayaking match? Yes, I'm very happy to say I do. I will be on the air 2 times for this match. I'll be doing the first game on November 11th. This will be Friday, next Friday, together with Grandmaster Ronan Hartsby, and I'll be doing a later game. I'm not quite sure of the number, like game 10 or something. I mean, yeah, don't quote me on that. One of the later games when I'll be online together with John Fedorovich, which will be cool. John is the other guy who's playing the monthly simuls on the ICC, so this is cool. Bishop e7. Here I actually go g5. It's an interesting position here. White can play bishop g2, just continue to develop, or play actually g5 to gain more space. I will do that. Ultra Beast has taken. So here I think I'll take with the queen. Knight h5 by Cap. Whoa. Yeah, he couldn't take as the knight on c5 was hanging. But if I castle long, I'm threatening this knight. Huh? So let's do it. Yeah, d4 is hanging. Go there. Another thing that I will be doing for the Carlsen kayaking match is a daily game recap on my YouTube channel. So yeah, look forward to that. c6 here by Tao Sam. I'll go d3. And here h4. Yeah, g5 is attacked, so go h4. And Zebal has taken with the e-pawn. Yeah, this knight c6 irritated me a little bit. I didn't know this move. So I answered with the simple capture on d6. Bishop b4 by arguably the fastest. This is not seen all that often. Usually people play knight c6 here. Okay, I'll take the pawn, and here bishop c2. I should preserve this bishop. Okay, Cap went bishop e6, and quickly. But here I can take on c5, and this should win with that should win the house. Bishop e6 by Admiral Smith. Knight f4 looks good, right? And Akib played bishop b4. Yeah, here I think bishop e2 first or knight d3 first. I don't know. I go bishop e2. And here bishop c2. Yeah, my bishop was attacked. The question here is, do I want to play c4 or not? I can also play c3, just being, it's maybe a bit too conservative, but let's keep it simple. b5 here by Tahoe Sam. So why did that switch? Okay, anyway, this is the Rear Admiral Smith game. Queen to d7. So I can take this now on e6, which doesn't look all that great. Yeah, let's gain some more space. So b5 from Tao Sam. This is gaining some space. Yeah, I'll just keep the tension. Yeah, here a3 is my move. Don't g3 or h4 is also possible, but I like a3. Yeah, and here I'm checking on b5, and this is now going to be a mate quickly. c5 a triple pursuit. Knight bd2 is the normal reply. Knight c6. Yeah, here my d4 knight is attacked. I want to support it with bishop e3. Oh, d5 by Ultra Beast. This is leaving many weaknesses behind. Do I want to take? I don't quite know, actually. I mean, it's not threatening to take it. Like on e4, I don't really mind that. If I take d5, I'm maybe slightly better, but it seems to help his structure. Maybe just bishop f4 in this position, just develop something. Yeah, well, g6. I don't have great squares. Okay. Rook d1 is an alternative. Yeah, maybe this one. Some pressure on d5. Our Kappa style has taken on d4. That's good news. I will recapture, of course. Queen will be strong on d4. d6 by J. Russell. Okay, so this is not going to be a Taimanov. I can go g4 here again. Gain space. And bishop b7 here by Tahoe Sam. So, what's going on here? Queen c2, yeah? Normal moves. And here rook e1. I want to keep my rook. Queen c7 by the Eternal Warrior. Yeah, there are a couple of options now for sure. I wonder, the queen usually goes to e2 in this kind of variation. What he seems to do is, he seems to prepare b5. I think I go queen e2. So d4 by Ultra Beast. Okay. I thought that this would be good for me. He's quite exposed. This pawn, I mean, is quite exposed. Yeah, I think I go knight a4 here, and knight e2 also isn't particularly bad. And maybe knight e2 is a bit more natural. Bishop e7 by Princip. Okay, b4 for more space. Jonathan asks, is the England gambit any good? That's d4 e5, huh? The England gambit. Well, no. Really not. There are very few black gambits that are any good, and the England gambit is really pretty bad. It's not something to play ever. Let's say. So c3 looks good, but he might play d3 against that. If I go queen to f3 to prepare this. Maybe. Yeah, the queen is probably not all that great, so I go back. Yeah, here my knight is hanging. I have to go knight d3. And bishop g4 here by Bibit. Bibip. Yeah, here white can play c3 or takes on e5. I think the c3 is more aggressive. e5 is an ending. Okay, let's go c3. Rook e8 by Trivial Pursuit. I will complete my typical maneuver there. Rook c1. Knight g7 by J. Russell. Yeah, this is how black usually plays this. Bishop e3. Retakes. And d6 by Kappa star. I'll just develop pieces. Okay, so here, Admiral Smith has taken on d5. If I take on d5, I can do both, but this looks good. Yeah, take with the pawn. Okay, d5 by Brian Wood. I think h3 is good. And here I'm taking. Ultra Beast. Queen to d6. Huh. If I go c3, isn't there a pawn getting lost? Yes, I think so. Yeah. Oh, g6. Wow. That is a playable move. Really? Isn't knight to b5 a big issue here? And d4. Yeah, play first, think later. Okay, knight g3 here, all the normal moves. And here knight to d4 by Admiral Smith. Okay, wow. If I go knight e4. Yeah, then c3 is pretty good, but Here a couple of things are good. Bishop e3 is also not bad. He somehow has g5 in, which is weakening his position a lot. Yeah, I can also do this. Queen to e5 by Ultra Beast. Okay, here I can take d4. I will do that. E4 is my e4 is also hanging, but I'm happy to win this pawn and then go from there. Here I'm developing. Yeah, here knight g5 I was thinking is good. Let's do it. And g6 by Trivial Pursuit. So what's going on here? Yeah, I think I'll still go h3. And he took it. Ultra Beast. Yeah, I'll take bishop e3. This is a slightly better ending. Okay, so here I was thinking I just take it twice. Or is bishop takes g4 such an issue? I'll take first. Yeah, and bishop e3. Knight takes e4 here. By the fastest I go here to prevent d5. I think this is important. So, what's going on here? c3. The knight goes to b5. The knight does not have many squares. Really not. If I go a4, I'm still not threatening the piece. Yeah, many things are good here. I mean, it's not like I have no particularly good moves. I can take f6 and so on. Queen f2 is also strong. Queen d2, I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go queen d2. Bishop g7 here by Trivial Pursuit. I think I'm going to develop the bishop. And here, yeah, somehow knight d2 is not so great because of knight f4. At least I don't see it. So let's go h3 first. And Brian Wood has captured on f3. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Queen will take and knight will come f1, g3. b5 by Princip. So, develop. Yeah, I'm taking this now. There is always the fork trick on c7. So, knight e7 here by Kappa style. Maybe bishop to g5 to irritate him a little bit. Let's do it. Rook to b8 by Ultra Beast. Okay, b3. I'll keep everything. And yeah, Admiral Smith. What are you doing here, Admiral? You just give me the pawn there, right? But knight f3 at the end. So probably I should send this back first. b5 by the Eternal Warrior. I think a3 is a move that I have to invest. And here the knight tour is good. Knight f1 to g3. So Princip went knight to b6. It seems that he wants to play knight to c4. Yeah, maybe move this back and here I take d5. Queen takes knight c7. I take queen d7 by Bibip. Is that move good? If I take e5, I mean I've gained the c3 move after d takes, queen takes d1, but nah, I just cover stuff. Okay, here queen knight to b2 is coming possibly. I don't want to give up the bishop. I really don't, but he's got a5 coming. That's just very interestingly played. Okay, if you like, you can have this. Wow, knight e2. I'm taking this twice, right? Weird. Okay, bishop d7 by J. Russell too. So long castles, or I think I'm castling long here. That must be correct. And here bishop f6 by Ultra Beast. I go rook to c1. So Brian Wood, bishop to b6. Do I play? I do, yeah. Let's pin him. Pin and win. So long castles by Bibib. I go knight bd2, and the admiral went h6. So rook f1 and f4 probably. Yeah, that looks strong. Yeah, Ultra Beast has captured. I'm going to recapture with the knight. So on c5 I have knight to c6, and I threaten knight c6 anyway. Yeah, here in this position white is a bit better due to the pawn structure. h6, yeah, I can take now. Play on this bad pawn structure. I wonder. I don't want to trade really. I'm threatening also rook d1. Okay, here. Okay. What about bishop b6 here? Black does not have a good check available. If he takes it, there's queen d7 mate. There's bishop h6 check, king b1, and then, but if black takes, I still take d7 or knight d6. Yeah. Okay, so bishop b6 should be good, right? Let's do it. c5 by Ultra Beast. Isn't knight c6 good? I was thinking this is good. Let's do it. Rook e5 by Admiral Smith. Okay, f4 is the most normal looking move. Let's do it. Oh, well, then now I'm playing a knight g3 to f5. That's going to be great. Okay, here Zebal, bishop to h5. Knight d2, there's knight f4. That's a little bit annoying, but probably not a big deal. Okay, Kappa style. Went knight c6. That's a good move. Attacking my queen. If I take his queen, he takes mine, and then he attacks c2. So I'm going to remove the queen, and here I'll take with the bishop. And b6 by Agib. I'm going to castle, and here I'm castling long. So bishop d6 here by Bibib. I want to attack here, so b4. Let's not be too subtle here. Queen d2, I need to get out of the e file. And bishop e7 here by Kappa style. I think h4 is a good move. And here, yeah, probably rook to c1 and then d4, something like that. Yeah, knight d2, knight b2 was played by Princip. He was too tempted by the bishop. So queen to b6 here from Tahoe Sam. Yeah, so he took my strong bishop. I have to recapture. And yeah, bishop e5. I can take and take h6. It should be good. Bishop e6 by Trivial Pursuit. Let's go a3. Yeah, and here I have knight to c7, which is winning like everything. Yeah, everything is enough. So bishop b7 maybe here. And bishop d7 by Princip. Yeah, he still has a5 coming. Okay, I'm going to trade my somewhat bad bishop. And Admiral Smith, I could take h6, and this is too tempting. If they give me a pawn and an attack on top, I will take that. Ultra Beast went bishop b2. Wow. If I go rook c2, isn't this winning material for me? I think it does. I think it is. So what's going on here, Tahoe? Tahoe. If I take now, let's take it. And queen to d1. f5. Whoa. Okay, check. What? What the heck? What is Ultra Beast doing here? Okay, Tahoe has recaptured. Going with queen to d1. And I think this is maybe roughly equal, this position. He takes his time there. So, okay. Wow, Kappa has taken this pawn, which I have not really sacrificed voluntarily, but long castles. I mean, I should have some compensation maybe, but that was not an intended sacrifice. Here, knight g5 is good, yeah, for knight f7 mate or queen h7 mate. Both should be difficult to address. Here, I'll keep my bishop by dropping it back. And here, the Eternal Warrior, knight to c5. So, what am I doing here? I can take and bishop d4, for example. But I'm not sure if he's threatening all that much. Let's go to b1. So c4 by Ultra Beast. I can take on c3 here. Let's take it. Okay, bishop f6 by Zebal. Okay, so g3 maybe. It's not like he's got many squares. So g3 and b6 by Akip, the fastest. Okay, I think I go c4 to take control over d5. And Ultra Beast has captured. I'm going to take the... I can also take the rook, actually. This is winning a piece. This is winning a piece, right? I can take the rook. Yeah. Wins a piece. Rook d8 by Trivial Pursuit. Is he out for d5? Maybe. Okay, I'll go b4 now. And rook c8 by Princip. Well, but now I can take here, right? I'll take this. And b takes. I think I can just take with the pawn here. Keep it simple. Yeah, so here there's no mate, but knight f7 wins the house. Yeah, let's do it. Knight to d7 by Akip. I think he wants to play knight e5, right? Yeah, makes lots of sense. Let's bishop f3. Maybe bishop f3 here. Wasn't all that great then. Yeah, let's put this here. And Trivial Pursuit went back to b7. Okay. d4. And here knight d7 should be good. Oh, okay. Bishop c5 by Tahoe. Attacking f2 here. I wonder if this is dangerous. I mean, even d4 is not totally out of the picture. Trying to play b4, knight b3 next, but I don't know if I can get this to work. Anyway, let's play h5 by Bibib. Yeah, okay, b4, yeah. Oh, a4, I'm sorry. I need to get things done on the other side of the board. Okay, so f5 or not? Not sure. Something like putting a rook on c5 also looks very strong. Let's do that. And here, what is my attacking plan here actually? f4, f5, I guess. Let's do it. Queen to b6. I go here, right? Put this on the weak square. And here, I think rook f5 for rook h5 should be deciding this. So here, Zeba went back to d5. I'll take this first on e8 and then see what happens. Yeah, now g4 and g5, that just weakens my position, I guess. So I'm going to fianchetto here. Most games my clock situation is good. I really consciously try to play quickly, to not get into huge time issues. Knight h6. So what am I doing here? Queen b3 or maybe b5 even. Yeah, b5, c takes, a takes, queen takes. I mean, I will get a pretty good initiative. Let's do it. b5. Yeah, here rook h5 wins the queen. Let's do it. f5 by Kappa. Wow. Wow. Okay, how to do this? Bishop e2 to h5 looks like an idea. Or just bishop c4. Yeah, that's tough. Let's go bishop h5. Taking this, and here I'm the queen up against Admiral Smith. a5 by Tahoe Sam. Let's see here. Yeah, somehow this doesn't look all that great. He's outplaying me every simul. I mean, like every game, just however he wants it. Still feels pretty equal. Okay, knight to b6 by Zebal. What to do here? I would like to get this bishop somehow. Maybe I can regroup here. Wow, a5 by Trivial Pursuit. Oh my god, that looks complicated. Really complicated. Okay, I'll just shut it down. Yeah. And okay, Bibib has taken, and he this is correct, of course. He should take the pawn and basically say, okay, show me what you got. So f5. Let's go ahead here. Maybe I should have invested a tempo on bishop g2 or move like that. I'm not sure about it. f5 could be a bit, maybe it was a bit premature. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe bishop g2 was better. I wonder if he takes it and the long diagonal. I don't know. F5 was probably a little bit too early. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it would lose or anything here for white, but it looks a little bit iffy. So let's see. Already a couple of games finished. Yeah, for example, Admiral Smith has resigned. So we still have a couple of games going on, of course, but it's okay. Bishop d7. Things get a little bit more manageable now. So what's going on here? Bishop d3 is looking normal. Queen to d7 here by Zebile. I wonder if g4 is something. G4 and then knight to g3. Yeah, let's do something. Okay, bishop took on f3 here. I think I just recapture here against Bibib. It's an interesting move. Knight g4 comes. But anyway, I have to take. And here, Kappa. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. If I take twice on h6, he has got bishop g5 check, which is not great, but I can check here first. Let's do it. Here knight g3 comes. I've got a little bit of space on the king side here at least. It looks equal, but still. g3 and then I take on h6. That looks like a disaster. So Tahoe. What's going on? Bishop d6. He wants to play e5, I guess. Tja. I don't know what's going on in those games. I never get anywhere. I just have a worse position with white every game, and with black the same thing. And yeah, I have white. Oh, sorry, I have white in the simuls, but it's just like he just kills me every time, and I don't even have a single threat in the game. Anyway, knight f6 here by Akib. So he probably wants to take on d5. Just bishop e3 here, or is there... No. That's very well played by black, by the way. He's doing a good job here, centralizing. Okay. Yeah, Cap64 says he was only joking that he would probably play better if he was drunk, but he isn't. Okay. So, rook to e8 by Zebile. That makes sense. I cannot develop all that well here. Those knights, they are kind of pesky. Okay, so g5 and h4, is that something? I can do this maybe, and then g5, h4. Okay, Trivial Pursuit, rook a8. I can play rook a1, or queen to e2 is interesting. Trying to force him to close down. Yeah, let's do that. f5 by Princip. That was a one mover, right? So I can take it. Like f7 to f5, I can take en passant. That's hard to not do, actually. It's just too tempting. Yeah, I have to open his king position up. It's a bit too tempting. So let's see. Roughly, I think we have 8 or 9 games in game. Oh, the Wales rugby team got hammered against Australia. Okay. I don't follow rugby, but it seems like an interesting game. I saw 1 or 2 matches during the Olympiad, which I felt that was kind of funny. G5. Yeah, well, Kappa. I can just go back here, right? The bishop is trapped. Jonathan asks, what's my experiences with claiming a technical win by FIDE rules? Have you lost games in that way or won a game by making a claim yourself? No, I don't think. I never lost a game by some technical thing, like, I don't know, a ringtone of the mobile or something. And it never happened to me. I'm always pretty, I try to make sure this is not happening. That's what I'm trying to say. I had one situation where my opponent's phone actually rang during a game. That was, however, some years ago. Yeah, here you can take on f5. Yeah, well, as I said, I should have played bishop g2 first. So I could have claimed a win there, but I felt like at the time I was just offering a draw to my opponent because I felt my position wasn't all that great, which probably wasn't even the case, but it felt a little bit wrong that I should get a point from a bad position. I have to say that this is like a long time ago, and nowadays I would just claim the win, I think. I mean, I think it's just terribly inconsiderate to have the mobile on. I mean, this is not about cheating, this is about unnerving the opponent. So it's just not a good idea to have the mobile anywhere near you or even switched on. So nowadays I would claim a win because I think this is the right way to deal with this. Yeah, I don't like this position so much. h6 was good. Yeah, I want to bring the rook into the game. Yeah, unfortunately he has taken. It makes life very, very difficult here. I cannot take. There's a whole rook. Bishop h3. He will take on e4, I guess. Nah, not good. Not good at all. Yeah, bishop g2 he will take, huh? Take on e4, I mean. I can go knight d5. Takes, but still knight e4. Maybe bishop g2 then. That isn't so clear. Okay, knight g... don't like it. But this seems better than some other things. Let's go knight d5. Yeah, Trivial Pursuit has taken the a file. So that's something that I have to watch out for. Okay, Bibip is taking on d4, so he's opening up actually this c file. Let's do it. Queen f6 by Akip. As I mentioned, a very good game here by this guy. So 1400 rating, which is not particularly high. It's got a 5-minute rating of 1500. Very good game, really. So what to do here? The d5 pawn is actually is even somewhat weakish here. Queen d4. Queen d4 you can take, and knight d2. That's bad. Bad. Cannot go c3 as well. He plays like queen f5 or something. d5 is just going to be a weak spot. If I do this, yeah, maybe Knight c5, queen d4 I can play. What happened here? Kappa style has resigned. Aha, Tao Sam got disconnected. We might have a continuation later of that game. So, not that many games going on. Some quick decisions here, some quick results would be the right word. So, Princip went rook e8. Yeah, so here knight to f4 is the move that looks good. He cannot take f5, and if he moves the e pawn like to e5, there's d5 hanging, so pretty good. Difficult position for black. To pursued rook a6. Yeah, maybe he tries to triple on the a file. Yeah, maybe. So I'm still trying to fight for this, and here I have to recapture. Yeah, this was pretty bad play here by me, blundering the pawn. I'm not quite sure how bad it is. I mean, there are still some upsides to my position. The bishop on d4 is pretty strong, but yeah, all in all, not a good idea to give things up. So Tao Sam is reconnected. That's good. I didn't want to. Well, it would be terrible to just win without a fight in this game, which is a completely open fight. So Tao went e4. I wanted to go knight to e5 in this position. Yeah, he might take with the bishop, knight g4 and win stuff. Might do that. Yeah, but knight h4 also looks weird. I wanted to go knight e5, but really bishop takes, pawn takes, knight g4. Tougher. Okay, let's go to h4. Knight c5 by Akip. I wanted to do this. Let's play the move. And here, yeah, he wants to triple, and he will triple. Okay. I can, of course, switch my attention to the other side and go for some g4 business. Yeah, probably do that. Okay, king to d6 here by Princip. He can still not take. Yeah. Rook c1 or rook e1. Rook e1 also looks good, just intending to take. Let's do it. g5 by Bip. So what's going on here? Here I've sacrificed a pawn for this activity, but yeah, it's not quite clear that I'm threatening all that much. If I go rook fb1, he might play queen e2, yeah? Just attack my f2 pawn. Queen b3, queen f2, check, king h1. I don't know how dangerous this is, though. Yeah, other moves really look weird. Okay, so here he's got knight g3 on the cards, and queen f3 he will just take on c2. Yeah, okay. rook h3 maybe, yeah, to cover g3. Okay, here I've got taken. Akip, yeah, really good game here by black. So still got some games going on. Triple Pursuit, he has actually tripled. Yeah. So is f4 a move now? Probably not right here. I think I want to cover c3. Yeah. Yeah, this position type, even if he has the tripled a file. I mean, I have played this a lot with black. It's pretty difficult to get something real going. Even if you have a nice looking position. Yeah, Akip here probably equalish this position. Black is super solid here. I have two bishops, but the whole structure is very, very rigid. There's very little potential for the bishops to do something great. What do I suggest against the King's Gambit? Yeah, there are a couple of lines available where black is fighting for an advantage. This is the only thing that, I mean, black has various ways to play for an advantage, and it's pretty much a matter of taste what you select to do. I think I have a soft spot for just playing with d5, the modern variation, because it's simple. It's a simple line to play, and the King's Gambit is a kind of line where it's not good for white, but you face it very, very rarely, very, very seldomly, and when you do, you quite often just have forgotten what you wanted to play in the first place. So it's not bad to have something that's easy to remember, and d5 is these d5 setups are easy to remember. In recent books there was a suggestion to play with knight f6, taking on f4, knight f3, knight f6. This also looked very interesting to me, but I have not yet checked this in any detail. So here, principle, the black king position is in a very precarious spot. My queen on a dark square, my queen would be great, so maybe go to a dark square. c5 by Zeban. I was thinking I should be fine after bishop e3 or bishop b2. Maybe I'm not. Bishop e3. He has d5 available, but I'm not sure if this is a problem. Knight e5. Yeah, here bishop e2. I thought maybe it gives me some chances to play for an advantage in the long run. So it seems he does not want to trade queens. Yeah, let me try. It's not like I desperately want to have the queens off the board, but I cannot. This invasion is kind of annoying, so I want to push it at least back. The Falk Bear counter gambit against the King's Gambit. I think the traditional way of playing it is just bad for black. At least this is what King's Gambit specialists told me. Like f4, d5, take on d5, e4 seems to be bad for black. I did not verify this myself. I mean, it's just what guys with some knowledge told me. So queen to a3 here by Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, the queen is annoying there. It really is. But the ways to try to trade it look very weird. Like bishop c1, queen back, queen b2, queen a3. That looks strange, yeah. looks strange. Okay. There are other ways to get rid of this queen. Probably not. This piece annoys me. I really want to get this queen off the board. G6 by Tahoe here. Yeah, so what am I going to do? Bishop H3 was an interesting idea. Okay, let's take. And B4 by the Eternal Warrior. I want to go A4 here. Queen D7 coming. I can wait. If he takes, I can take with the rook. Actually, it's not. I mean, what I'm trying to say is I can take this first. So Queen E2 was played by Bibib. Yeah, I thought that maybe I can allow him to take here on Queen to B3. I'm not sure what he does to prepare to defend the B pawn. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so here I was thinking to take. Yeah. So here, yeah, now I have some ideas here with the Queen to F4 maybe. Probably just take it, huh? Take, Queen F4. Yeah. Rook C8 by Tahoe. Okay, here we go. Okay, A4. Let's go F4 here. Kick this back. And he's going back voluntarily here with the queen. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm insisting on the queen trade. I know that looks pretty awful with queen to A3. Okay, actually, if I do that, he has bishop H6, which is not something I like to see. G3 here. Against Akip. Yeah, I mean, he needs to be a little bit cautious here. If I'm getting somehow my pawns going with the bishop pair, then I have some chances here. It's not easy to do because the symmetrical position is not really ready made for the bishops. So he has taken, I'm going to recapture. And bishop to B7. Okay, just goes back. Let's take this. Okay, so he wants to use this bishop H6 is what he wants to play. Yeah, definitely possible. Yeah, it is a pretty weird idea here, that I played. But what's this actually? If I go G4, isn't he has to go back, right? I don't see him having compensation with knight F4. Yeah, he has to go back. Then this is a good move. Okay, rook E8 by the Eternal Warrior. So, can I just pin him? Let's say put pressure on the rook. Rook E1 is what I'm trying to suggest here. Rook e3, bishop f8, queen e8, queen c2, merb. That doesn't look good. I have to watch out for that, and he threatens to take there anyway. So queen should move off the e file, I guess. I just wonder where. I have to cover the c pawn. Queen to f5 maybe. Yeah. g6 looks completely wrong, so that's not happening. So here, rook a2 coming, or what's going on here? Bishop g4 might be a move, trying to irritate black. Not sure how irritating it is though. Yeah, maybe. Well, let's do it. So knight f6 by Trivial Pursuit, he went back. He had to, basically. So f3 here or not? Knight, this knight could go to g3 long term. This and queen a2 to finally trade. Let's do this. b4 here by Tahoe Sam. So what's going on? a4 or not? By bishop, doesn't look good by bishop, but the position is very close. So d5 here by Zebar. Yeah, this is what I was a little bit afraid of, I have to say. But I have an idea. If I take on c5 here, take on c5, bishop a1, if I take on b6, I get to take all the way to a7. This is not bad. Okay, there's also knight to e5. This is also quite an important point. Isn't that good? Take. Doesn't look bad. Okay, what here? If I go f5, knight to e7, I take on g7, and then rook e7. Yep, let's do it. Yeah, he had to take, so I'm going to recapture. And now here, whoa, knight takes d5. Looks like it should win. Bishop takes queen f4 mate. Yeah. Oh, he went with the knight to h8. Aha. I see. So his idea is to play f6. Okay, I have to do this here. I think otherwise f6 or not. Yeah, I don't want to see f6. Knight to e8. Is f5 coming? Yeah, maybe. First of all, okay, then f5 is actually coming. So I go knight g3 here first. Let's do this first. d4 by Zebal. Yeah, but if I go back to d2, I'm ready for f4. Yeah, my next move will be f4, potentially f5. So here I'm going to take. Yeah. So what's the deal? h4, h5. Let's go. Rook e8. I have bishop g7 winning the exchange. Still having some pressure there. So I had a couple of relatively quick wins, but those games are all, these games here that are still on, are all hard fought. Yeah, really some tough battles. So this is very close this position here against Taro Sam. My bishop on b2 is not good, really not. Yeah, I wonder if I have something that I can do with the knight. And also I'm kind of unsure here if I should actually trade the bishops there. I can play bishop h3 also in this position. Or bishop g2 even bishop g2 is looking a bit strange, but he's not going to play g5. Or bishop h3 for that matter. I wonder, this bishop d3 or something like that isn't all that great. Yeah, here I have bishop g7, right? Win the exchange. He will get a very good knight on e5, but that won't be enough. Cannot believe that this will be enough. So, what's going on here? h5, h6 would be great to get in. Am I just playing it or... Yeah, let's do it. Knight to d8. He might, like here, knight f7, bishop h6. This is probably what he wants to do. Yep, that's a possible way of playing. Yeah, okay. I've done this whole maneuvering for the sake of trading the queen, so let's do it. I was just thinking if I don't do the trade, that somehow he's always threatening to enter, and I cannot do play on the king side then anyway. I just didn't spend much time on that game. That's nice. Yeah, Akib has actually resigned after giving up or after losing the exchange. Okay. And Princip also has resigned his game. That was the French defense with knight takes d5 at the end. So, if I'm not wrong, we have 5 games left. Eternal Warrior has played rook to e2. Yes, I have to go rook c1 here, yeah, to cover this. I'm not happy about this. But he's definitely threatening to take. Like h6, queen c2, queen takes. That's really not good enough. What irritates me is rook c1, queen c4. But this is not threatening that much, right? Let's do it. I mean, the bishop is not hanging because c8 also is attacked. Maybe it is hanging, but we'll see. We'll see. Hello to Renato Eckel in the chat. Yeah, one of the regulars in my shows. So, let's see. We've got 4 games on. 5 games? 5 games. I'm sorry about that. 5 games. After 1 hour 20. That's not all that much. Some quick ones in there. Okay, so yeah, the queen got off. Yeah, the board against Trivial Pursuit, and yeah, a long maneuvering fight here. This game. I had this kind of position quite often with black. f6, knight f7, and so on. Yeah, I didn't do this well here with white. But those positions, they tend to be really subtle. The differences are very, very little between those various maneuvers, and in a simul, it's difficult to find anything really deep. Yeah, you often are happy with playing a somewhat decent looking move quickly. So yeah, it's nowhere my move. Sorry for flipping around, but I wasn't quite sure if the boards switch correctly, but it seems to be that it's nowhere my move. What about the time situation? Against Taro Sam, I'm up on the clock. Against Zeban, I'm up on the clock. Turtle Pursuit, I'm up on the clock. Eternal Warrior, I'm a lot up on the clock, and Bib Bib as well. So I have a huge time advantage in every game. I really played very quickly, so it seems that I shouldn't be into any big time issues, at least. So this is interesting. He tries to play knight to f7 and bishop to h6, which is helpful. It's really helpful if you can get this in. Yeah, my pieces are not well positioned, also because of all those maneuvers. Yeah, I wonder about f4. And now I've won all the games up so far. Standings are fine. Yeah, f4 is something. I would like to do this f4, but my pieces don't really have good enough positions for this. Knight f7, bishop h6. That's a little bit of a problem. I mean, if I trade it, I'm not in trouble, but I'm also not doing anything. Is there a way I can go h4 in this position? Knight f7, g5. But I think he's even got f5 here. Not so great, yeah. Yeah, I'll just allow him to trade. So here, what's going on here? He's not attacking this here. I have h6 in this position. If he takes on d4, I will take the rook, I think. Let's do it. I should have considered g6 at least for a moment. Okay, here it's easy. I only have one legal move. Yeah, the Taro Sam game, I'm probably not in great shape there, but I'm not quite sure how bad it is. He's got more space, but Zeba, yeah, okay, I have to go f4 here. Doesn't make sense to hesitate. And he goes f5. Yes. He's just blocking everything. Yeah, I can take b7 in this position. And there is probably little reason not to do this. Let's take it. h5 by Taro Sam. Yeah, that's a good strategic move here. I was actually wondering if I can play the f-pawn here in this position. Open the position a little bit. f3 takes. It's not clear to me really if this is anything. I don't want to sit around here. I have to really I have to say. Okay, I also have f4 available here. But what I wanted to do actually was to just let him do this trade. I mean, really not such a big deal. It would have been better if I could have avoided it, but so bishop h6 now looks very likely. Have I blundered something? I don't know. I'm kind of irritated here. I can also take g7, by the way. Okay, I'll take the rook. Let's take it. I hope I'm not overlooking some tactic here. But it doesn't seem to be. Wow! Bib. Bishop takes h2. So what's going on? I can take here, right? I can also check him on e6. This is actually also quite interesting if I check him. Is he threatening anything himself? Not really. Bishop, queen to e6. Rook d7. Rook b7 is something that I can do. I can also take b7, king to d7. I actually can check on d5, yeah. Queen, king to e7. I've got bishop b4 check. That's going to be deadly. Yes, I'll take on b7. Queen e6 also looked quite okay. So what's going on here? He has taken on a2. That's mate on b2, right? So let's not allow queen takes b2, yeah? Please. I was thinking if I could maybe take on g7 first or things like that. Yeah. Let's take it. So here, what is going on here? Or the other one? I was actually thinking the other one. Bishop f8. Aha, not to h6. Okay. Anyway, we'll see what he does. So what's going on here? Rook f8. Zebal. Am I just going back here? My bishop looks kind of off on b7. Can also play queen to f3. That also wouldn't be that bad. But I want to have this back. Knight g7. He plays something entirely different here, not the trade. Surprising, actually. I was pretty sure that this is the way to go. Okay. So, how am I doing this? I can go f4 here if I like, or h4 and g5. This is difficult to support. Okay, f4, then bishop h6, maybe that's his plan, maybe. Yeah, there's not much going on really. So here I take it. He has to take with a king. That's kind of, that's probably helpful. What about g6 in this position? g6 could be interesting, huh? Pawn takes. Yeah. g6. My king is currently safe. If he takes it with the f pawn, rook f1 for f8. He has got no check, and he has no way to cover f8. Taking with the h pawn, I play h7, win the bishop. And if he takes h6, I take on h7. So that's a strong move, right? g6. F takes g6, rook f1. Yep. So knight g4 by Zebail. Let's see. So taking this is wrong. Knight g2 to f4 maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so here queen d5. Can you go to e8 directly? That looks extremely strange. Queen e6, king f8, bishop b4 check, king to g7. Don't tell me he's escaping. Yeah, that would be really weird. But again, he's not threatening all that much. Yeah. I can also play rook a6 probably, just taking. Queen d5, king e8. Yeah. How wacky is that? Queen e6 check, king f8. I don't see a win there. I mean, like a full win. So let's take it there. Bishop e7 by Trivial Pursuit. Yeah. What are you doing here? Are you playing for bishop to b6 or something? He's not doing anything wrong. I'm just not quite understanding what he's doing. I can maybe just take on f5 or no. Let's use all we have. Bishop d8. Yeah. Okay, but you're not getting to b6 anyway, right? You're not getting there anyway. So let's go here. I'm making slight progress here with the piece placement. My piece placement was totally off a couple of moves ago, and now it's starting to look good again. What's going on? No. I'm kind of irritated here. I think that the Eternal Warrior has resigned. Okay. Was a little bit off here what my screen was doing. So I'm playing against Tao Sam still, who just has played knight f6. Okay. Knight to f4 maybe. Yeah, let's see if I can. Activate the knight. We have Trivial Pursuit. That this is pretty slowish Ruy Lopez. Zebail is the position where I'm a pawn up, and Bibib is this weird position where he's defending against my attack, and he also has some counter attacks himself. So still certainly possibilities to go wrong. Yeah, I'm waiting for my opponents to play. Yeah, this position, this is a super slowish maneuvering battle. I was a bit surprised that he did not play bishop h6. That is the normal way of doing this. Getting rid of one piece is helpful. And yeah, bit surprised. So I'm trading here, being a pawn up. Yeah, this was probably a bit stupid, huh? No, we'll see. He can go queen e6. Huh? He doesn't want to trade anyway. Probably not a very intelligent decision. Yeah, Bibib is down to 4 minutes. Let's have a look at this position. And this is the only position which is tactically somewhat complicated. So I think I'm threatening now to play queen d5 check. King moves and then rook e6 check. Seems very difficult actually to defend against. And he doesn't have anything himself. I mean, he is near my king, but there is no threat here. Queen g3 threatens mate, but I think I'm first. And I have bishop e1 if I absolutely want to defend against the mate. So bishop d6 he has played. So if I take it, king takes, queen d5 check, bishop check on b4, 2e8, that's over, right? Rook takes d6 check, king takes, queen d5 check, king e7, bishop b4 check, king 2e8, queen e6 mate. The only thing he can do, can interpose stuff without any big effect. Okay, good. So f4 now, yeah, against Trivial Pursuit. Took a long time, but I got this got this in. Knight e4 by Tahoe. Tahoe. Yeah, so yeah, so knight d2 here, or takes knight e4. Yeah, queen d5 check. We have a trade in this game. Yeah, okay, he has not traded queens, unsurprisingly. So takes it, I wonder, and then like rook g1. Yeah, let's just take that and don't make some big fuss about it. Keep it simple. So check. Yeah, king back is queen e6 mate. And if he plays rook d6, I'll take rook b7. That's also going to be a mate. Yeah, that's also checkmate. So the end is near for Bibib here. You really shocked me with this bishop h2 move. So here, do I take or not? Knight e4 actually looks interesting. Putting pressure on c5 and threatening knight to f6. So he went bishop b6 here. Trivial Pursuit did. That was his idea, it seems. So okay, I go here. Knight e2, knight to d4. This is the usual way this is played. Yeah, and rook to b7 coming next. So we're down to 3, I think. Yeah, Tahoe has taken, unsurprisingly. Knight f2 maybe, yeah? This is the idea. Maybe knight f2. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I could actually slow down here. This is sometimes an issue. I actually have time now, but might be too late already. As usual, he kills me. Yeah, I think it's too late actually here. Knight f2 looks pretty awful. Okay, that's interesting here now. Knight to d4. I can also prepare it, yeah, with knight e2. And then to d4. Okay. The question is knight d4, if he ever wants to take it anyway, but we'll see. So yeah, Bibib has resigned. He was facing a checkmate, so we only have Zebal, Tao, Sam, and Trivial Pursuit on. Very quick simul today. Yeah, I played super quickly. As you see, I'm on 40 something minutes in those games. And that also, I mean, against Tahoe, that really, I probably should have thought a little bit more there. Knight g to f2 is the move that is concerns me. He did not play it. He did not play it. Okay. Queen to e6. He might still have this idea, yeah? The knight f2 idea. It's still uncomfortable. Even, I mean, he can already play pretty simple stuff here. Queen e1, he can maybe just take and go into the ending. It really doesn't look good. I probably should move the knight. Knight to f3. He still has knight f2. Or maybe I can just take that then. Knight f2, bishop takes g4. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy about it, but what can you do? So here, knight to d4, right? This one? Or the other one? This one, actually, I have the idea knight d2, b1, a3. This is interesting. But he might trade stuff. Probably not relevant. Let's do it. So here, rook g1, right? Yeah, that looks very logical. and make some pressure on the clock. That's not really what you do in a simul, but if it works out like that, let's pressurize Zebra on the clock here. Knight h4, queen g4 doesn't do much. Yeah, the Tao sim game is the most critical. Maybe knight to e5 coming up. Yeah, the reason why this position is not totally good here for white is the bishop on b2. Yeah, this wasn't something that I liked a lot during the game. This letting this happen. Yeah, I was thinking I can just take on g4. Is there a drawback to this? Takes it. I mean, it's not particularly great to take on g4 here. Not something you love to do. Maybe he actually can take with the pawn. Take with the pawn. Yeah, okay. If that works, all the power to him. I got g5 now here. That's usually not so great for black if that happens. Okay. Knight d7 by Zebal. Does he want to... Yeah. He wants to take on e5. If I allow it, he definitely will do that. So... Like, if I go queen to g6... No, that doesn't do anything at all, yeah. So, something else. Knight g3 maybe to trade it. Knight h4, queen e4. Yep, let's do it. I could have traded before and I didn't want to, but really not that great, yeah. Knight h4, queen e4, however, looks pretty strong. Yeah, we'll see. Trivial Pursuit after g5, he has to, I mean, I'm coming here on the dark squares, and he has to be a little bit cautious here, that he's not losing control in this position. Some pieces now, the position kind of opens up, and the knight on g7, for example, doesn't look all that great. It's hard to say what he's going to do now. I don't think he has a totally satisfactory way of playing. It would surprise me. Yeah, it seems good for white. He cannot really take on g5 as I have e5 to take, or he took with the pawn. He's playing just playing very strong chess as he usually does. Okay, knight to e5. I probably have to do this anyway. If I take here, queen e2, go back, takes on a3, and I'm lost. So knight e5. Probably plays knight h3 or something that looks completely crazy but is strong. Yeah, okay, so oops, going to e4 here, and Trivial Pursuit is taken f3. So here I can play the intermediate check on f6. Is this something that I want to do? Sure. I guess so. He has somehow devalued his pawn structure now on the king side. d6 is hanging. And his pieces are not well placed now. Knight e8, bishop g5 check, and e5 next. This is probably posing some problems for him, to put it mildly. I think it really does. Even e5 comes into consideration. Yeah, e5. Huh? Check, bishop g5 check, king back, knight e5. Doesn't look good. f5? No. Then knight takes. Knight h5 doesn't do anything. a3, b4, yeah? But c4 is always attacked. Is he threatening something? Let's check this first here. Or can I just improve my position a little bit? Like a3, b4 or something, or b4 immediately. b4, if he takes it, I have f5. Takes a2. Doesn't seem so clear. I have queen d5 in this position. He will trade, play knight f3. Okay. Also not good. So b4, queen takes c4. This is this is interesting. Okay, f5. Yes, knight takes e5. There are all kinds of weird tactics going on. Still not hard to still hard to win. Really not clear at all what I should do. Bishop a5, c7, d6. I wonder if this is an idea. He doesn't really have pressure against the f-pawn. Knight g6, that's f5. So maybe. Okay, the check. That looks completely weird at first sight, but because the knight looks bad, but he has queen f5 before. As mentioned, he's playing like a very, very strong. And kills me. Okay, so bishop c7 played by Trivial Pursuit. He did not go for knight e8, which is kind of understandable. So e5 doesn't do all that much. I can bring the bishop over to d4 though. Yeah, queen f5 for queen e4 mate. Yep, that's it. Queen e4 mate. As usual, I get totally outplayed from against Taro Sam. Yeah, I didn't play it well, but he, as usual, played it in a very strong way. I have no way to defend this, as he also threatens queen c2. Yeah, okay. I mean, I know the deal. He beats me every time. So, let's see what I can do against Zebal. Okay, Zebal has taken on e5. So I blundered something, right? Yeah, sort of. Okay, queen takes e5. There's knight f3 check. And if I take there, he's checking on f3 and taking on g1. Okay. Okay, I have to take. There's nothing else. Okay, so here I can check on g5 and then bishop d4 or bishop d4 immediately. It's both interesting. Yes, there's okay, I'll start with a check. Oh, rook f2. I didn't see that one coming. So Zebal has tricked me here. Wow. Oh my god. From this position. I was just a pawn up actually. And he tricked me. Wow. Yeah, bishop a5. Yeah, you put something on the edge of the board and all of a sudden there's a combination coming. Quite typical, really. Quite typical. Yeah. Yeah, I have some regrets in this game. I mean, taking on f5 wasn't a necessary move and so on. Probably I made my life difficult there. Anyway, okay. Good game, Zebal. And now Trivial Pursuit is the only game left. Just one game. So, where is he going? One thing he has to keep in mind is potential e5, and then I'm taking on g6. So this is something that might happen. So he went back. Let's see, a couple of things I can do. King up to f4, bishop d4, this kind of thing. Let's make some slow progress. This is a one-on-one situation now. Yes, only this game going on. I'm ahead on the clock a little bit. e5 it was possible, but I don't think it was the best. Yeah, I just noticed I wanted to play a king here. King to f4, but takes g5, takes h3. Let's not blunder again. I blundered too much already in this stream. So my general idea is bishop d4. and then e5 if possible. Yep, I can do this actually, I think. Or let me check. Takes knight e8 to c7 to a6. I have e5 though, and knight e4. Now that cannot be. That black cannot do that, I think. I don't think he can take knight e8, e5. I don't think that black can stand this. Takes a bit long. And knight c7, a6 takes on b4. Not much else. Eh? He can play knight e8, going back. But I don't know if this is doing him any good. Yeah, but I think he probably has to. Taking here, allowing e5 next looks wrong. Yeah, knight e8, probably. And then if I take it, that doesn't look good. Knight f6, g4, e5 probably coming. So probably king to f4. Yeah, king to f4. Takes, knight c7, e5, knight a6. Bishop takes there. Well, it's pretty sharp, yeah, with those pawns. But still, I don't believe it. Yeah, to pursue it 15 minutes. You should never forget the 30-second increment. This is really important. It's pretty difficult to lose on time in a one-on-one situation. Yeah, knight e8 here has to be better than taking actually, because the knight wants to travel this route anyway. And knight e8, bishop takes f6, knight f6. I don't think this is good for me, so knight e8 looks better. Is there anything else? I mean, bishop e5 doesn't work. Yeah, I can take it, knight f3. This won't do him anything good. Okay, sorry, he can take on g5. Okay, yeah, this I totally dismissed. This just strategically should lose. I get in e5 next. No, bishop takes g5. You don't have to consider at all. So. Would be very strange, at least, if it wouldn't lose. I mean, okay, maybe he can try for some fortress. Yeah, I can take on g5, and whenever I go e5, play knight f5. Okay. Maybe, but I have quite some time there. Can put the bishop somewhere to attack d6 and don't really believe it. Yeah, let's see what he does. I promise not to use my whole 45 minutes. I'm going to be quick now. That's a long thing. Yeah, so he has taken this, yeah. Okay. So maybe he has some kind of fortress, but I doubt it somehow. I don't quite. It's difficult to break down. Yeah? It really is. I underestimated that. The main problem is that whenever I go e5, that he will get this. Oh, knight f5. That's what I wanted to say. But that doesn't seem to be happening here. So I mean, I can do this first. Again, I don't want to invest like an hour now. Or I mean, okay, 46 minutes. h4, I think I'll just win, right? Bishop h4, h3, king g3, and then I'll pick it up later. Yeah, he cannot move the pawn. That's good. Maybe he wants to play knight to c7, no? Try to look at the d5 pawn. No. Bishop on c2. It looks at the g6 pawn. It should be a decent diagonal. Surprised that he played the knight. I was thinking he bases his defense on playing something to f5 whenever I play e5. I wonder here if I go e5 soonish. F. Burton, how many games are still going? 1. This is easy to answer. 1 game. Exactly the one you see against Trivial Pursuit. Longish affair here in the Rui. Yeah, one thing is after e5, if I'm breaking through, potentially those the b5 and c4 pawn can also be targets. Something like e5, he takes it, and then like d6 and go over with the king to c5. Yeah, okay, Trivial Pursuit is investing some time here, figuring out the situation. So that was his idea, yeah? Knight to c7. So if I go here, he has to go back to e8, right? You don't want to go to a6. The h pawn is worrying me a little bit. I wonder if I go e5, takes it, king takes h4. h4, I cannot really do all that much. I just wonder if I should just play bishop f2, yeah, and stop this. And just stop the pawn. Why not? He can go back to c7, of course. But I will not repeat moves. I can actually go king e3, d4, then e5. Yeah, that's an idea. King to d4 and then e5. Simple but good. Let's do it. Bishop is also well placed on g3. Yes, that's also pretty strong. So, but still, this is good, right? Prepare e5. Yeah, and the clock is ticking down. I don't think it will ultimately hold here. That would really be really surprising. Bishop g3, I'll go next, and e5. Or e5 first. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, I think he should have really played bishop h6 when he had the opportunity to do so. Yeah, he has to take it. I mean, you cannot seriously allow e6 or the capture, so he has to take e5. Bishop f5 leads to a winning king and pawn ending. At least, yeah, I can take d6, king takes, bishop g3 check, king moves, bishop c7, and then it promotes. So he decided to indeed not to take. So I have e6. Yeah, e6 is funny now. It totally entombs the bishop. Probably still not the best move though. That can lead to very funny positions actually. I think I'll do that. You cannot move anything. I mean, taking is, let's check this still. If I take it, bishop g3, king to d7. Yeah, that probably is a clean win. But you know, this is just incredibly funny. He cannot move the bishop anymore. It's totally, it doesn't have a square, and he's now reduced to knight moves. Knight a6 somewhere, and the knight cannot ever go back to the king side. So he's completely paralyzed. It's quite funny. Yeah, he probably has to sacrifice a piece. Huh. I'm not sure about the objective value, but it's really funny. Yeah, probably knight takes e6, but this is basically the same as resigning. Yeah, what is my winning plan here? Bishop to f6. King e4, bishop d4, bishop f6, bishop d8. Not so sure if this is such an easy win. Maybe I take on c4 at the end. Yeah, I mean, it's really, he cannot move anything, but maybe it wasn't all that clear. Also, not as clear as I thought. Let's put it like that. Yeah, it is. It is a very close position. Huh? I was basically thinking, okay, with this kind of, this kind of position where you cannot move anything, I should win somehow, but I'm not quite sure how. Yeah, maybe I should have taken it. It's a more logical move in a way to open it up. No, should have done that probably. I mean, that being said, this is still not fun for black. Absolutely not. Yeah, knight a6 something, he has to shuffle. Or this one. So, king here. Bring the bishop around. Bishop b6 is also. Anyway, no, here, yeah, to f6. f6 is good. Yeah, the clock is getting down. Bird, it sounds like you had a good session. I was enjoying the session. I lost 2 games. Yeah, one game was the typical kill by Taro Sam. That always happens. I always lose against him badly. And I lost against Zebal when I was okay. I had an extra pawn, but then I blundered a nice tactical shot by him. Yeah, bishop here picks up the pawn. No? It's impossible to defend this position, I think, in the long run. There's just no way for him to defend it. It was probably tougher to stay on e7 and shuffle the knight, but don't think he can hold it. It just looks too weird, too passive. The bishop is really funny on e8. It cannot move. And maybe he plays knight takes e6. Sorry, been a long day. Yeah, Trivial Pursuit actually resigns. Yeah, okay. So what do we have at the end? We have was a bit of a smaller event, only had 13 games. So I have 11 wins and 2 losses. Congrats to the winners, Tao, Sam, and Zebal. Yeah. So this is at channel 3. Yeah. Also. No, I don't think so. Jonathan says after e6 it was objectively a draw. Really? I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. I'm kind of I don't know, really. Let me see. I mean, I usually don't do analysis here, but I'm kind of curious myself. So here, yeah, let's see. Don't use the computer here all that much. It will definitely help a little bit there. How do I switch on the engine here? Like here? No. Here, analysis. Okay. So yeah, the cap should just win tactically, which is not surprising. But I don't think that this should hold. I really don't. So king d8, go here. So that was the game. Here he blundered d6, but he should probably start to shuffle back and forth with the knight. So like this. This is what I wanted to do. King somewhere, go here, and then go from there. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it looks pretty awful, but maybe I'm not managing to outmaneuver him here. Another idea is to sacrifice on c4. Like, okay, I probably should go to g3. Not this what I said. Like, if we just assume, yeah, this happens. Yeah, and now I try for the piece sack. Is that something that could work at some point on c4? Probably not, yeah, because that is giving him the bishop activity again. Yeah. Yeah, so e6 was probably a draw. I mean, it just looked too funny. He had to entomb his bishop, but it's a bad idea. I should take on d6. That would have won pretty convincingly. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to watch the other shows on the ICC. I'll be on next Monday. Monday is the 7th. Again on the 11th for the World Championship match. So yeah, check out all the different shows that we have. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.